Welcome to the dark and mysterious corners of the universe, where shadows dance among the stars, and the unknown whispers secrets we've yet to unravel. In the vast expanse of space, amidst the celestial tapestry of planets, stars, and galaxies, lie secrets that both captivate and terrify the human imagination. Today we embark on a journey to uncover the creepiest lifeforms found in outer space, those lurking entities that send shivers down our spines and make us question our place in the cosmic order. Imagine a lifeform so small, so insidious that it exists beyond the realm of our perception, a microscopic terror lurking in the shadows of distant worlds. These are the alien bacteria, single-celled organisms that might seem harmless at first glance but harbor the potential for unimaginable horror. Unlike the bacteria we know on Earth, these extraterrestrial microbes could possess adaptations that defy our understanding of biology. Perhaps they thrive in environments toxic to humans, feeding on substances we consider poisonous. Their cellular machinery might be entirely alien, utilizing bizarre chemical reactions and possessing genetic material unlike anything found in our earthly databases. What if these bacteria were to make their way to Earth, hitching a ride on a returning spacecraft or a stray meteorite? The consequences could be catastrophic. Our immune systems, unfamiliar with these alien invaders, might be powerless to stop them. Diseases unlike anything we've ever encountered could sweep across the globe, leaving a trail of suffering in their wake. The very air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, all could become vectors for these microscopic terrors. And the worst part? We might not even know we're under attack until it's too late. The silence of space could be hiding a silent invasion, a creeping terror that could spell doom for humanity. In the depths of space, where gravity weaves strange and wondrous tapestries, there exist creatures that would make even the bravest soul recoil in terror: space spiders. Picture this. 8 spindly legs, each longer than a human arm, tipped with claws sharp enough to pierce through steel. Their bodies, segmented and chitinous, glisten with an otherworldly sheen, their multiple eyes like tiny black pearls, reflecting the cold, distant light of stars. But it's their webs that truly inspire dread. Unlike their terrestrial counterparts, these cosmic weavers spin webs of a substance unknown to science, a material so strong it could ensnare a spacecraft in its deadly embrace. These webs, shimmering faintly against the backdrop of the cosmos, could stretch for light years, forming intricate traps that ensnare unsuspecting travelers. Imagine a spaceship hurtling through the void at unimaginable speeds, only to become ensnared in this cosmic web. The crew, trapped within their metal coffin, would watch in horror as the space spiders, drawn by the vibrations of their struggle, slowly approach, their multiple eyes gleaming with cold, predatory hunger. The thought of being cocooned in silk, suspended in the vast emptiness of space, at the mercy of these cosmic horrors, is enough to send chills down the spine of even the most seasoned astronaut. And Mars, the red planet, has long captured our imagination as a potential abode for life. But what if the life we find there isn't the friendly, welcoming kind? Deep beneath the Martian surface, hidden in the icy depths of its polar caps or the dusty plains of its vast deserts, lie Martian microbes, microscopic organisms that have endured for eons in the planet's harsh environment. The discovery of these microbes was a triumph of science, proof that life could exist beyond Earth, but it also raised a chilling question. What if these Martian microbes are not as benign as they seem? Their cellular structure, adapted to withstand the extreme temperatures, radiation, and low pressure of Mars, could hold the key to a terrifying secret. What if these microbes, dormant for millennia, were to be awakened by the arrival of humans on Mars? Could they be carrying ancient Martian diseases, dormant but deadly, waiting for the right host to unleash their fury? The thought of Martian microbes infiltrating our bodies, wreaking havoc on our immune systems, is a chilling reminder that life beyond Earth might not be so welcoming. The red planet, once a symbol of hope and exploration, could become a breeding ground for a Martian plague, a silent invasion from a world we barely understand. On Titan, Saturn's largest moon, we encounter a form of life so alien, so utterly different from our own, that it challenges our very definition of biology. Here, in a world where rivers of liquid methane flow beneath an orange haze, exist creatures based not on water and oxygen but on methane and hydrocarbons. Titan's methane-based life. These creatures, shaped by an alien chemistry we're only beginning to comprehend, could take on forms beyond our wildest imaginations. Perhaps they are bioluminescent, their bodies glowing with an eerie internal light in the moon's perpetual twilight. Or maybe they communicate through complex patterns of sound and light, their alien language indecipherable to human ears. But what truly sets these creatures apart, what makes them so utterly terrifying, are their behaviors. Imagine creatures that swarm, vast, undulating masses of methane-based flesh consuming everything in their path. Or creatures that burrow through the moon's icy crust, their alien metabolisms generating enough heat to melt the methane ice, creating vast subterranean caverns. The thought of encountering such life forms so foreign, so utterly alien, is both exhilarating and terrifying. It's a stark reminder that life, in its infinite forms, can exist in ways we cannot even begin to comprehend. In the cold, dark abyss beneath the icy shell of Jupiter's moon Europa, a hidden ocean teems with life, but these are not the gentle, bioluminescent creatures of Earth's deep sea. These are Europa's deep-sea creatures, shaped by the immense pressure, perpetual darkness, and alien chemistry of their world. Imagine creatures with translucent bodies, their internal organs visible through their skin, their eyes adapted to see in the faint glow of hydrothermal vents, or creatures with bioluminescent lures, dangling glowing appendages to attract prey in the pitch-black depths. But the most terrifying aspect of these creatures, the one fact that sends chills down the spines of even the most hardened astrobiologists, is their intelligence. For years, scientists have theorized that Europa's ocean could harbor intelligent life. But what if that intelligence is not the benevolent, curious kind we hope to encounter? What if it's an intelligence born of survival in the harshest environment imaginable? An intelligence that sees humans not as explorers, but as invaders. The thought of encountering a civilization of intelligent deep-sea creatures on Europa, a civilization that views us with suspicion or even hostility, is a chilling reminder that we are not alone in the universe, and that some encounters are best left unexplored. The universe is vast and full of mysteries, full of wonders that both inspire and terrify us. As we venture further into the cosmos, we are bound to encounter life forms that challenge our understanding, that make us question everything we thought we knew about biology and evolution. Who knows what other creepy life forms are lurking out there, hidden in the shadows of distant planets, waiting to be discovered. The possibilities are as limitless as the universe itself, so stay curious and keep exploring the unknown. But be warned, the universe holds its breath, and sometimes what we find in the darkness can be more terrifying than we ever imagined. Gap 2S. As we leave the cosmic abyss behind, our journey takes us to a place where the very fabric of space seems to tremble with mystery, the Phantom Nebula. This enigmatic cloud of gas and dust is unlike any other, appearing and disappearing from astronomical charts as if it has a mind of its own. Gap 2S. Within its swirling mists, strange phenomena occur, lights that dance with no apparent source, shadows that seem to move with intent. Astronomers have reported instruments malfunctioning and inexplicable gravitational anomalies. Some even claim to hear whispers, as if the nebula itself is trying to communicate or perhaps to warn. Gap 3S. What makes the Phantom Nebula so eerie is not just its ghostly appearance, but the sense of foreboding it instills. It's as if the nebula is a cosmic veil, hiding something far more sinister behind its ethereal beauty. Could it be a gateway to another dimension, or perhaps the remnants of a long-forgotten cosmic event? Gap 2S. As we peer deeper into the Phantom Nebula, we are reminded that the universe is far from a safe and predictable place. Each new discovery brings with it the potential for awe and fear in equal measure. So, as our exploration continues, remember, in the vastness of space, some mysteries are better left unsolved. Gap 3S. This is the Phantom Nebula, a haunting reminder that the universe holds secrets that may never be fully understood, and perhaps that's for the best. Gap 3S. As we move beyond the spectral mists of the Phantom Nebula, another enigma awaits us in the cosmic void, the Silent Watchers. Gap 2S. These elusive entities are neither stars nor planets, but something far more mysterious. Gap 2S. They are dark, almost invisible to the naked eye, yet their presence is undeniable. Gap 2S. Astronomers have detected them through subtle gravitational shifts and the faintest whispers of radiation. Gap 2S. They seem to drift through space, observing but never interacting. Gap 2S. What are they watching for? And why do they remain so silent? Gap 2S. Some scientists speculate that these silent watchers could be remnants of an ancient civilization. Gap 2S. Their technology so advanced that it defies our understanding. Gap 2S. Others believe they could be sentient cosmic phenomena, Gap 2S, existing in a state of awareness that we cannot yet comprehend. Gap 3S. Theories abound, but answers remain elusive. Gap 2S. What is clear, however, is the unsettling feeling they evoke. Gap 2S. It's as if the universe itself is under constant surveillance. Gap 2S. Every star and planet are part of some grand unknowable design. Gap 2S. As we drift closer to one of these silent watchers, instruments begin to malfunction. Gap 2S. And a sense of unease permeates the air. Gap 2S. It's as though we are trespassing into forbidden territory. Gap 2S. A realm where we are not welcome. Gap 3S. The silent watchers serve as a chilling reminder that in the vast expanse of the cosmos, we are not alone. Gap 3S. There are eyes in the dark, observing our every move, silently waiting. Gap 3S. This is the realm of the silent watchers. Gap 3S. An eternal vigil that keeps the universe in check. Gap 3S. And perhaps holds secrets that are too terrifying to unveil. Gap 3S. As we leave behind the eerie presence of the silent watchers, Gap 2S, we venture deeper into the unknown, into a realm where darkness takes on a more sinister form. Gap 2S. This is the domain of the cosmic predators. Gap 3S. These entities are not just passive observers, but active hunters lurking in the shadows of space. Gap 2S. They are the unseen terror, the cosmic nightmares that strike without warning. Gap 2S. Unlike the silent watchers, the cosmic predators leave traces of their existence. Gap 2S. Destroyed planets and Gap 2S. Vanished stars. Gap 2S. And disrupted galaxies. Gap 2S. Their presence is marked by chaos and devastation. Gap 3S. Some astrophysicists have theorized that these predators could be colossal, sentient black holes. Gap 2S, devouring everything in their path with an insatiable hunger. Gap 2S, others speculate they might be advanced alien entities. Gap 2S, using unimaginable technology to harvest the very essence of celestial bodies. Gap 3S, what drives these cosmic predators? Gap 3S, is it a need for survival or a malevolent intent beyond our understanding? Gap 2S. The true nature of these entities remains one of the greatest mysteries of the universe. Gap 3S. As we navigate through their hunting grounds, our Gap 2S instruments fail, and a palpable sense of dread fills the void. Gap 2S. It's as if the very fabric of space-time is being torn apart by their presence. Gap 2S. Every starship that has encountered them has returned in fragments. Gap 2S, if at all. Gap 3 says, the cosmic predators serve as a grim reminder that the universe is not just a place of wonder and beauty, Gap 2S, but also of unimaginable horrors. Gap 2S. They are the shadows that lurk in the cosmic abyss. Gap 2S. The predators that ensure the balance of life and death in the universe. Gap 3S. As we retreat from their domain, a chilling realization settles in. Gap 2S. In the vast dark expanse of the cosmos, we are both explorers and prey. Gap 3S. This is the realm of the cosmic predators. Gap 3S, where the line between awe and terror is forever blurred. Saga Gap 3S. As we escape the clutches of the cosmic predators, our journey takes us to an even more perplexing domain. Gap 2S, the galactic enigma. Gap 3S. This is a region of space where the laws of physics seem to unravel. Gap 2S, and reality itself becomes fluid. Gap 3S. Here, stars form impossible patterns. Gap 2S, and galaxies twist into shapes that defy comprehension. Gap 2S. It's as if the universe is trying to communicate with us through a cosmic puzzle. Gap 2S, a riddle written in the very fabric of space-time. Gap 3S. Some scientists believe that the galactic enigma may be a natural phenomenon. Gap 2S, a result of gravitational forces and dark matter interacting in unpredictable ways. Gap 2S. Others suggest it could be the work of an ancient civilization. Gap 2S, leaving behind a message encoded in the stars. Gap 3S. As we navigate this bewildering landscape, Gap 2S, our instruments pick up strange signals. Gap 2S, bursts of energy that seem to carry a hidden meaning. Gap 3S, Could these be attempts at communication from another realm, Gap 2S, or are they remnants of a long-lost race, Gap 2S, trying to impart their wisdom to any who dare to venture this far, Gap 3S? The galactic enigma challenges our understanding of the universe, Gap 2S, pushing the boundaries of our knowledge and igniting our curiosity. Gap 3S, it's a reminder that despite our advancements, Gap 2S, there are still mysteries that elude us. Gap 2S, enigmas that beckon us to explore further. Gap 3S, as we leave this enigmatic region, Gap 2S, one thing becomes clear. Gap 2S, the universe is a vast, intricate tapestry. Gap 2S, woven with threads of wonder and mystery. Gap 3S, the galactic enigma, stands as a testament to the boundless curiosity that drives us to explore. Gap 2S, to seek answers in the face of the unknown. Gap 3S. And so we continue our journey. Gap 2S, ever vigilant. Gap 2S, ever curious. Gap 2S, ever seeking the secrets that lie hidden in the cosmic abyss. Gap 3S, as we move beyond the perplexing realm of the galactic enigma, Gap 2S, a new and even more sinister presence looms on the horizon. Gap 3S, the alien shadows. Gap 3S. This is a region of space cloaked in darkness, Gap 2S, where light itself seems to falter and fade, Gap 3S. Here, the very essence of fear takes form, Gap 2S, manifesting as shadowy figures that dart and weave through the void, Gap 3S. These entities are not bound by the physical laws we know, Gap 2S, moving with an eerie fluidity that defies explanation, Gap 3S. Some believe they are the remnants of a civilization that fell victim to their own technological hubris, Gap 2S, their spirits forever trapped in a liminal space, Gap 3S. Others suggest they are interdimensional beings, Gap 2S, existing in a parallel universe that occasionally intersects with our own, Gap 3S. Whatever their origin, Gap 2S, their presence is unmistakable and deeply unsettling. Gap 3S, our instruments can barely detect them, Gap 2S, registering only faint whispers of energy that send shivers down our spines. Gap 3S, as we navigate this haunted expanse, Gap 2S, we must rely on more than just technology. Gap 2S, we must trust our instincts. Gap 2S, our primal sense of survival. Gap 3S, the alien shadows, are a stark reminder that the universe is not just a place of wonder and discovery, but Gap 2S, but also one of profound and ancient terrors. Gap 3S, they are the phantoms that lurk in the corners of our perception. Gap 2S, the whispers in the dark that remind us of our fragility. Gap 3S. As we press on, Gap 2S, ever vigilant and ever curious, Gap 2S, we must confront these shadows, Gap 2S, not just with our technology, Gap 2S, but with the courage that drives us to explore the unknown. Gap 3S, for it is in facing these fears, Gap 2S, in shining a light into the darkest corners of the cosmos, Gap 2S, that we truly come to understand the full spectrum of existence in the cosmic abyss. Gap 3S. As we emerge from the shadows, Gap 2S, we find ourselves on the precipice of the unknown. Gap 3S, the final frontier of fear. Gap 3S, this is the edge of our cosmic map. Gap 2S, a boundary where even our most advanced instruments falter. Gap 3S, here the universe reveals its deepest, darkest secrets. Gap 2S, challenging our understanding and testing our resolve. Gap 3S. The void is filled with anomalies that defy logic, Gap 2S gravitational distortions, Gap 2S temporal anomalies, Gap 2S, and energies that seem to pulse with malevolent intent, Gap 3S. It's a place where reality itself can bend and break, Gap 2S, leaving us questioning the very nature of existence, Gap 3S. Some theorize that this is where the fabric of space-time is at its weakest, Gap 2S, a tear in the cosmic tapestry that reveals the abyss beyond. Gap 3S, others believe it is a gateway. Gap 2S, a portal to realms that lie beyond our comprehension. Gap 3S, whatever the truth, Gap 2S, this frontier is the ultimate test of our courage and curiosity. Gap 3S, as we venture into this uncharted territory, Gap 2S, we are reminded that fear is not just an emotion, Gap 2S, but a force that shapes our journey. Gap 3S, it is the darkness that defines the light. Gap 2S, the unknown that drives us to seek knowledge. Gap 3S, in this final frontier, Gap 2S, we confront the ultimate question. Gap 3S, what lies beyond the edge of fear? Gap 3S, as the universe holds its breath, Gap 2S, we take a step forward, Gap 2S, guided by the indomitable spirit of exploration, Gap 3S. For in the face of the greatest terrors, Gap 2S, we find the strength to push beyond our limits, Gap 2S, to discover the true essence of the cosmic abyss, Gap 3S. And so we journey on, Gap 2S ever vigilant, Gap 2S ever curious, Gap 2S ever fearless, Gap 3S